Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 8th episode of the Dragon Diaries series. Okay, we're going to be speaking on one of the attributes of the wood dragon. It is the year of the wood dragon in the Chinese zodiac. That is what kind of inspired this whole series to do one reading from the dragon energy each month. So we have 3 piles for you here to choose from. And remember, if you're drawn to more than one pile number, more than one of the cards, or more than one crystal, that is okay. You can watch all 3 of them, you can watch 2 of them, or you can just watch one. It's whatever feels right for you. All right, so let's start with each pile. We have pile 1 and mahogany obsidian. Okay, so you can see it, mahogany obsidian. We have pile 2, this card, or red jasper. And we have pile 3, this card, and red tiger eye. So again, whatever pile number, card, or crystal calls to you, then there could be a little nugget of advice, guidance, or inspiration in there for you from the wood dragon energy for this 8th episode. I'll see you in your pile. Hi to those of you who chose this card, pile 1, or this mahogany obsidian heart crystal. I'm just going to set this to the side and we're going to get right into your reading. I have the piles pre-done. We will be pulling live tarot and oracle though throughout and at the end. So what is the topic for this episode? And the attribute from the wood dragon in the Chinese zodiac is honesty. So we're going to be talking about where should you be, or where can you be more honest in your life? What could be blocking you from this? How to be more open to it, and any current situations or events that may call for it or challenge it in some way. So let's get right into this pile 1. In what area of your life can or should you be more honest or have more honesty? And we have courage with the 2 of swords. Okay. I always love when this Aria card comes out. It's one of my favorites in this deck because it's a crossroads. Is she going to stay the old Aria, or is she going to turn into, well, I can't remember, the show. I always say this every time, the new 2.0, Aria 2.0, right? So we're talking about, though, where in your life can you be more honest? But I do feel it ties in here with her. When it comes to courage, when it comes to having strength, when it comes to, being honest with yourself, are you willing to take the path that may be a little more dangerous or a little more challenging, or the path that you're unsure of? Or do you not come face to face with yourself and you go down the path that you already know, that's already tried and true, that doesn't require any changing, any evolving? That's where the honesty, if you're going to be honest with yourself, which way are you going to go? Okay, because what I feel Spirit is saying here, and when I say Spirit, I mean God, Source, Universe. In this case, it can be dragon energy as well, or any of your guides or ancestors. But they're asking you to have courage here and to be honest with yourself. And are you stepping up with courage, or are you taking the path that's safe? Okay, I feel like they want you to step out and maybe try that something different, that something new. And this can be in any area of your life, okay? Any area, if it's at work, if it's at home, if it's with your children, family members, friend groups, whatever it is. Are you being honest, or are you there? See, she can't see in this moment, so it's like having that blindfold on. All right. It's having the blindfold on and you're unsure. They're telling you to take the path of courage, be honest with yourself. And deep down, it's really what you want to do. So you need to, as Nike says, just do it, right? Okay, what could be blocking you from this? And we have culmination, completion, and renewal. Oh, that's an interesting card. Let's see what we have for a tarot with it. The Magician. I always say that darn old little finger, here he is again. He's been popping up a lot in my readings. Feels like lately, I don't know. But wherever it is, it seems like he's there. I think he's on different cards as well, right? But okay, so let's just say here, culmination, completion, and renewal. Well, going down that new path is going to be a renewal for you, isn't it? Because it's you starting out on doing something or changing the way you even think about something, having the courage to do that, being honest with yourself and saying, my old ways of thinking are outdated, whatever it is. And this is realizing that you have everything at your fingertips to change that situation, behavior, the people you hang around with, whatever it is, okay? It is a time to complete that old pattern and start a new one. And with the Magician, you can do that. I also call these twofers because this is telling you what to do. But what is blocking you here is the belief that you're unable to do it. That's what's blocking you. But this is telling you, no, you can complete the old way. It's a culmination, right? The old way can go and the new way can start. You just have to make the decision. And even here too, saying again with the culmination, like maybe something has brought you to a point of, you know what, I need to get honest with myself here and I need to get over what it is that's blocking me, because I need a renewal in my life, all right? And the Magician card is just saying here, you can do it. If you think of it this way, you have, if you're familiar with the tarot, right, you have the Cups, the Swords, the Pentacles, and the Wands energy all there for you. You can grab a little bit from each one and use it to make this happen, okay? You're like, think of your past experiences even to make it happen. Now, how can you be more open to this in your life? And I always read from the book. Oh, I never know how to say his name. I call him Singold, or it's Singold. I'm not sure. I haven't had his card for a long time, back when I used to do just dragon energy readings all the time. He used to come out a lot. So I'm excited because I do not remember what he's all about. But it's how to be more open with the Six of Swords. Well, right there, this is all about being honest. Again, honesty. You need to go. You need to leave. The Six of Swords is about going from where it's, rocky, turbulent shores, so to speak, over to where it's calm and cool. So that is being open, is just, getting on the boat and going. But let's read from the book here for Singold, I'm going to call him, because I know he was always so good. I just don't remember exactly what, I need to get my other glasses here. Oh, I had that up blocking the light so it isn't as bright. There we go. Oh, not going to stay. Come on, paper. Stay up there. Just want it to be more of a soft light than a harsh light. Okay. Singold is the dragon of gratitude, and he arrives when we need to take notice and acknowledge old negative patterns. Okay, love that. He asks us to recognize old emotional blocks. For example, those can be self-doubt, fear, or jealousy. He has these words to say about gratitude. Review your life to date and find things to be grateful for so that you can rejoice in who you are. Acknowledge the fears, envy, guilt, or anger within. Accept the niggling doubts. Admit they are present. That's being honest with yourself, you guys. I love this. For they are a part of you. But you have no need to dwell here, for they are part of your past and are no longer relevant to your life now. Instead, revel in the pure joy of being alive. Seek the positive in your existence here on earth. Uncover the things to rejoice about. Do that which lifts your heart to bring forth your deep inner smile from within. Seek a totem to act as a reminder. This can be an object small enough to carry or wear daily, maybe a beautiful shell or a crystal. Set the intention within it to stay focused on being joyful and grateful, so that when this totem is on your person, it reminds you that all is as it should be. You are learning the lessons of gratitude, and you are exactly where you should be now. So I love this. I love it, love it, love it. Count your blessings until an attitude of gratitude resides in your heart and settles you into a new pattern of being. Go forward with love deep in your heart. Okay, so you may find that one of these messages are resonating with you. Maybe what I just read about Sin Gold here, that's what's resonating. But he's saying you need to leave the old way. Being honest with yourself, having gratitude. I love that as even its own message, right? But leaving behind that old way of thinking, that old way of being, and moving forward. And out came the Six of Swords with it. So I love that. Let's go on to a current situation or event, okay, that could be coming up that's going to call for honesty or challenge honesty in some way. And we have Ceres and Bond here. Ceres, the goddess, and Bond. So abundance, variety, and happiness are making their way into your life. The time of harvest has arrived, and being thankful for that. But that's also gold light energy. You may want to Google that in spirituality. You can see what the energy of gold light is, or gold light, and read about that as well. But with it, we have Queen of Coins. Okay. So this is about abundance coming in, right? We have gold here, we have coins. Think gold coins. We also have the Queen of Coins. So this is going to have something to do probably with money or abundance, something that could be coming into you in some way. Is it a job? Is it a position? Even if it's not work related, a position somewhere else, like in a group or a charity, anything like that. But I feel like it is going to call on your honesty here, okay? I'm going to say it. I almost feel that something big. And when I say something big, that's something big in your life. It doesn't mean it's like, ooh, worldwide big. Who knows? It could be. I don't know who might be watching this. But the point is, I think you might be tempted, and I don't want to say it's to be dishonest, but sometimes we can lie by omission, right? Or just you tell the truth, but not the whole truth, which is the same thing. So whatever way you want to say it or call it, I feel like that's what it's going to be. And that doesn't mean you're a good person. It's just I feel like you want this really bad, okay? And you don't want to let it slip through your fingers. And I feel like whatever this situation is going to be, and this is in your very own life, so it's going to be different for everyone here, you're going to be tempted to maybe, like I said, not tell the whole truth or lie by omission. And that's not the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Because she's very I want to say she's truthful, right? She's kind of like the Queen of Swords in a way, but she's just very, very honest, very grounded, works hard. She takes what she earns in a sense, all right? So I feel like whatever's coming up for you, honesty is the best policy. Do not leave anything out. It's not going to hinder the result here in any way. But almost I feel like it would if you were to leave something out down the line, that would come back and bite you type of thing. So that's what I want to say here. Honesty, best policy, don't leave anything out. Now, I left my tarot cards. Hang on, I've got to grab them. Okay, got them. Let's just get some more tarot for further advice, guidance, clarification, confirmation of what we have down here. And then we're going to do some live oracle cards too. So too many come out there. We're going to get 3. But I'm liking this for you. And like I said, pile 1, this could be individual messages or overall messages for you. It's going to depend on you, the person. We have Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is a new beginning. And look, she's holding a sword here, right? This is a new beginning. It could even be a breakthrough. Maybe that's the culmination of whatever's been happening gives you this breakthrough, this light bulb moment. It brings mental clarity to you, right? It brings in some new ideas and you're like, okay, it's got things that need to change here in order for these new things to happen. Death card. Death and rebirth, getting rid of what no longer serves you. That's what the death card is. Letting the old stuff die off, die away. You bury it, you not in yourself, you know, but you get rid of it and you move on and you start fresh. Okay, so I love how they're bringing these cards out. And the Page of Wands. I love that because that is young page energy and that is inspired energy. It is believing that you can do anything. I love that it's coming right under the Magician here, that there's limitless possibilities. There's limitless potential out there for you, okay? You just need to be the free spirit. You need to be just kind of full of a little P&V and you just get out there and you start discovering, all right? So, love those tarot messages for you. They were kind of a nice little short and sweet message, but they literally come out and just confirmed everything for you, pile 1. Now, let's just get some more oracle here before we go. We have Green Gold Dragon from Sirius. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual... Well, I need to see this up close and I can't. Hang on. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Oh, I almost want to say like this is let your light shine, right? Here's the little transmitter, right? There's the little thing that's flashing or beeping. But I feel for you, it's with this new beginning that you have, you are going to be like the beacon for others to see, right? You are going to be... I'm just going to move this over because I'm not sure how far we have on the side here. I may be a little too far over. I just feel like you are going to, whatever it is for you, is going to help others in some way. You're going to be like the beacon, the transmitter of that news, of that way of being, and when others see it, they're going to resonate with it and they're going to want to follow. So I love this message. Actually, if I move this over here, there we go, it will fit up here better. Yeah, love, love, love. And with all the green, I feel like it's coming from a heart space. So whatever this new thing or new way of being is for you, you're really going to be embracing it from a heartfelt centered space. Okay, so I love that. Now this one here, look, these cards are so pretty. They have a butterfly that may be a spirit animal for you, or at least you can read about it. There is one or two questions. Whoops, and there it came out in the book, which I read from. These questions I find could help you on your way, okay? Just to help you from the day to day. But we have tranquility, and we have other glasses here, because I'm gonna have to read. We have stonecrop is the plant, if you want to look up that flower, okay? Stonecrop, maybe that will mean something to you. And the butterfly is Apollo, but it's really a butterfly dragon. These cards are so pretty, but Apollo is the butterfly. So let me just put that there, and I'm going to tell you what tranquility, what the questions are or question is. and it may be helpful. And if I see something in the written part, I will read it to you if it kind of is brought to me, okay? Where can I create a tranquil space in my home, even temporarily? Because maybe you're going to need, in order to make these changes, a nice quiet space, a quiet area that's just for you, where you can go and really think about things. You know, maybe even set up your own little space, your own little table, and you put things on that table that you feel thankful for, or that remind you of things. You know, it could be pictures of your family. It could be a picture of your grandmother who always imparted wisdom and just, I don't know, maybe she really nurtured you. Maybe you'd put a picture of her there, and it's kind of like a special place with meaning, special things. You can call it an altar if you want to. I like to just call it a table. We all do it in our homes. We'll have bookshelves with pictures in it. Same idea. You can call it whatever you want. The fact is, we put what we like so that we can look at it and remember things, right? So that's what I'm suggesting here, but maybe in a nice quiet space for yourself. Here's a sentence. It is time to reevaluate your surroundings and see if you can make a space that is tranquil and relaxing. Clear out items that may create negative feelings and bring in more that you find joy in. We all need a quiet place to relax and recharge, so dedicate a peaceful space in your home to do just that. Okay, so there is that message, and let's get one more card for you here. And there it is, pile one. Oh, it's the Sword of Truth coming right out of the water. Isn't this this little deck that I have? I don't remember the name of it, but it has to do with Avalon something, right? So this is, King Arthur's sword. Be led by your own inner soul light. Healing and enlightenment are within. You have everything it takes, okay? There you go, pile one. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. It certainly was good. Like I said, you can take all of it if it resonates, or you take out what does, leave what doesn't. Thank you so much. And hello, I just want to say thank you to my new subscribers as well. Thank you for being here, and my old subscriber, my regular people that come back time after time. Thank you as well. Hi to those of you who chose pile two. This card, or this red mahogany heart crystal, I'm just going to set it to the side and this card to the side. We are going to get right into your reading here. I have the piles pre-made. We're going to be doing live tarot throughout, as well as oracle at the end as well, okay? So let's get right into this. Pile two. In what area of your life can or should you, sorry, I didn't tell you. We're going to be talking about honesty. That is the attribute from the wood dragon. It's the year of the wood dragon in the Chinese zodiac, as I had already mentioned in the intro. But honesty is what we're talking about. So in what area of your life can or should you have or be more honest? We have death. And with that, we have the King of Swords. Oh, this guy, he haunts me in this. He's always coming out. But here's the thing, being honest. I love it's the King of Swords. He is honest, okay? He is mentally clear. He speaks his truth. He's very smart when he speaks his truth, meaning he's thought it through. He has mental clarity. He has thought about it on an intellectual level, okay? And when he's speaking, he speaks the truth. So maybe the honesty literally in this one comes from that. Oh, sorry there, just had to take a second. So what is this about? Death card, death and rebirth, letting go of the old to bring in the new. So are you being honest with yourself, pile two, when it comes to things that need to leave your life? Now, that can be in any area of your life. It can be people, it can be family, it could be a job, it could be all the old clothes that you've had in your closet since 1993. It could Literally be anything. The stuff that's out in your garage, the things that you've been carrying around with yourself. You're a little bit of a hoarder, I don't know. But what needs to be let go of? Is it the way you think about certain things? Maybe as you're getting older, your core beliefs, they can change. They don't have to stay the same, right? As we learn and evolve, so does the way we think and feel about things. So this is where they want you to get honest in your life. Okay, I can't literally list all of them because I can't even think of all of them. I'm just kind of giving what's popping into on the top of my head and what they're giving me, right? It's really being sure, getting clear about it, and then letting those and getting honest about it, right? The sword of truth. It's Archangel Michael's sword of truth, or Saint Michael's sword of truth. Or I think in the last pile, a little card had come out from my Avalon deck. So it was, the sword of King Arthur, right? So where in your life do you need to get clear and to bring being honest with yourself, and what do you need to get rid of? And that's from material to thoughts, okay? People, all the in between. I was even thinking, for some reason, for someone, this may be specific, a car. It's like you love this car, you've had this car forever, but honestly, it's now starting to cost you more in the run of a year than car payments would. And they're like, we know you love it. And yes, we're all about reduce, reuse, recycle. And when I say that, I mean spirit. So whomever that is for you, right? God, source, universe. Is it dragon energy? Is it your spirit guides, your ancestors? I don't know, but they're like, enough is enough. It's time for the truth here. Old Bessie needs to go. All right. It could be something like that. But what could be blocking you from this? Why are you having a hard time letting go of whatever this is for you? Healing, restoring hope with Judgment. Okay. So what I'm liking about this, I hate that these two, those, Ice Kings, whatever they're called, never can remember their name exactly, but yeah. But here's the deal. With Judgment, it's almost like, if we look back at the other tarot cards, the originals, right? The Rider-Waite cards. What I want to say is, it's time for you to rise above, right? Leaving behind what isn't serving you. It's time for you to rise above, maybe into your truth, into your honesty. It's time for you to, in some cases, maybe go after what it is that you're truly called to do. All right? It's like a fresh start, and you need to move forward. And maybe for some of you, this is what's going to restore hope into your life. You start letting go of those old things, old ways of being, old ways of thinking, material items, what have you, people, and all of a sudden healing starts to happen, and because you're no longer tied down by all that heaviness, or walking around through all that stuff, sorting through all of those emotions where you can't get mental clarity because there's just so much swirling around, that once you let it go, you start to heal, because you're no longer dealing with all of that, okay? And hope starts, happiness, all of a sudden, your honesty, your truthfulness might even start coming back. And I say that because what they're showing me is, we know there's a TV show called Hoarders. I've seen different episodes here and there, but it's that weight that gets lifted off that person, because maybe they haven't had a friend come to their home, which means they've been lying, right? Not purposeful, hurtful lying, but just lying because maybe somebody said, well, hey, maybe I'll come over to your house for dinner some night. And they've always been carrying that burden. And once that stuff is gone, they can have people over again, right? they can be truthful again, not making up little white lies for why nobody can ever come visit them. That's just a very simple way of putting it, right? Like, because that weighs heavy on someone. So it could be something along that lines. That's, you know what? The block is, I'm going to say, the little white lies that you're always telling, and then you start believing, okay, for why you don't need to get rid of this person, why you don't need to get rid of that stuff. And this is the reason why you do. I always call in this one here, these are like the twofers, right? They give you the solution and what's blocking you from this. It's the fear of having to be honest and tell the truth, really. I feel that that's what they want to come through here with these cards, okay? Now, how can you be more open to this in your life? I always read from this card from the book because it's always so great. Look, confidence. You know, why do we do the things that we do? It's usually fear, right? A lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-worth, just feeling you're not capable, whatever it may be. So I want to read from the book for this, but we have the Devil, and it is, how can you be more open to this in your life? Well, this is the Devil. Oh, that Ramsey. It's cutting the chains. Right? It's cutting the chains to the little white lies. It's cutting the chains. Look, in some cases, holding on to this serves you, pile two, me, everyone. When we find ourselves in these situations, it's because we are held to this, and we can call it devil energy. It's all the things that tempt us. It's usually those sometimes pleasurable things that you know aren't good for you, but you do it anyway. It could be that how did you become, say, a hoarder in this case? Because you've just gone out. You're tied to that energy of just wanting more. It's compulsive, right? It's obsessive. It's addictive, okay? And there's somewhere where there's some confidence lacking somewhere within your life. But I want to read from the book for this, okay? So one thing is to start cutting the chains, even if you just start, hacking away one link at a time. That's what you do. Okay. And maybe you'll need professional help to help you with this. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Oops, I see my number 3 fell out somewhere. I usually just put these in ahead of time so I know. So let's read about confidence, the dragon. Call upon this dragon when your confidence is taken a knock, or when you feel you are unable to trust your own judgment. Getting honest with yourself, right? That's what this is all about. He gives you the hope and courage you need to carry on. He encourages you to dig deep and take the next step. He will be beside you all the way, supporting you as you go. He has beautiful dragon energy you can call upon in times of personal crisis and need. This is confidence here, okay? Confidence is an awesome dragon to work with, but be warned, he can also be forthright. Oh, I love it. We're talking about honesty and truth. He says you can't sit there wallowing in self-pity. You have a job to do, so get on with it. He continues, you have many talents to draw upon and use. Yes, you have taken a few knocks and bruises along the way, but that is life. Your infinite abilities are yet to be explored. Oh, we talked about, right? Setting out on what is good for you, the new path, the new way of being. Ooh, loving this. Okay, where I always lose my place. So your infinite abilities are yet to be explored and uncovered. Your task now is to trust yourself, your inner wisdom, and your intuition. Follow your feelings and listen to your inner guidance. This might well be scary, and you will be taking yourself out of your comfort zone, but playing safe doesn't aid your personal or spiritual growth. If you have no idea what course of action to take, ask for his guidance, but remember, he is not in any way soft or fluffy. He will tell or show you what you need to know bluntly, and I want to say truthfully and honestly, and put things in your path that you need to understand. Look for lessons. Look for the lessons, and from there you will begin to develop exponentially, both spiritually and personally. You will find your way under his compassionate guidance. Part of what confidence teaches us is that we are responsible for our own experiences, however painful or joyful. We need to learn to live, love, forgive, heal, and move on. He is probably one of the toughest dragons I have encountered, being the woman who created these cards and wrote the book. Yet he is also gentle and caring. Tough love, I think it's called. Although he's straight talking, he does have huge compassion for us human doings. Bear that in mind if you get a telling off from him, dragon style. Okay, so I love that message, but that's what it is. It's breaking free. And I love how this dragon came in when we're talking about attributes of the wood dragon, and it is honesty and truthfulness, right? So now let's look at, is there an upcoming situation or event or energy in your life that is going to call for honesty, or it's going to challenge honesty in some way? And we have Zadkiel, and I'm just going to hold that card up so you can see the name of the dragon. And it says, let me see here. The time for being passive and accepting begins now. Let go of all desires. Are we not talking about that right there? Be patient and prepared. The right moment will come. Everything has its time. Ooh, okay, with the Four of Coins. So there's going to be something coming up, and you're going to want to go after it, grab a hold of it, take advantage of it, because it's going to feel right, okay? But here's the thing. If you think about it honestly, if you get mental clarity here, like the King of Swords, you think it through and you really, you're using your smarts, you're using your intellect, you're using your truth and honesty, is it really the right opportunity, right? Because first you need to work on this and get yourself prepared, and then the right moment will come. Everything has its time. And I feel like what they want you to do here, which is interesting with this Four of Coins. Normally with Four of Coins, I would say, don't hang on to things too tightly here, okay? Which we don't, because we want to be getting rid of stuff. But in this case, I think I'm using it as patience, right? You just may need to just, hang on for a bit, all right? Because everything is in its own time. The divine timing, our timing, is not the same thing. There are many things that Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever Pile 2 are working behind the scenes to help you with. Okay, especially if it's something that you're working towards yourself. So by letting go, deading off these things and starting new on a new clear path and truth and honesty of yourself, right? Doing some healing, getting your confidence back, letting go of these things that kind of, suck you in, right? By doing all that, you're preparing yourself for something new here. And they're saying the something new will come. Okay, the right moment, the right opportunity, whatever it is in whatever way, but you need to be patient. That is what's going to be coming up for you. And you're going to feel the need to jump on it. But if you're being honest and truthful with yourself, you're going to know that it really isn't the right time. Okay, so just be on the lookout for that when it happens. Maybe if it's you say, you know what, I'm going to need a little time to think about this, or can you give me a few days to think about this, or you know what, there's some stuff I want to look at before I make a decision. However, or whatever it is for you in that area, you maybe need to, what I'm saying is maybe ask for some time so that you can get the clarity, okay? So that you can figure out if it's the right move for your new fresh start. All right, so let's get some tarot here. The Queen of Wands, yeah. What I like about the Queen of Wands coming out here is she's courageous. She's confident in herself. I feel like this is an energy they want you to take on. You don't need all of these things that are luring you in, right? You can be courageous and confident without all the things, the people, the stuff, right? The Queen of Wands is independent too. She'll do this on her own. Gosh darn it, type of thing. She's very ambitious and determined. Okay, and when she is passionate about something, she's passionate about it. And so it's getting passionate about letting go of that old stuff and starting new. So that is energy. I feel like that card come out here for energy to embrace. Okay, and being honest with yourself about all of this, because that is what we're talking about. Ace of Cups, love it. New beginning. Maybe a new joyful beginning, a new creative beginning for you. I don't know. It's going to be different for each one of you. For some of you, it could be a new beginning in love or relationship. It could be a new relationship, not necessarily in love. It could be a partnership for you. Maybe that's where this takes you in some way. But it is a new beginning, and it's going to bring in joy. It's all about emotions here. So I love that as well. Let's get another. The Four of Wands, also a very happy card. I like to say the Four of Wands is a celebration, but also, look, we have a lot of passion and fire energy here as well as water energy, okay? So this is celebration. This is, look, there's 4 wands here. You can see the path that you can go down, I want to say. There's little sprouts coming off the wands. This is all good. This is, I want to say, like well, it's just reminded me of a horizon, right? A sunny new horizon that's opening up for you. There's new times, new day ahead, right? That's what I feel this card is. Love it. Okay, let's get some oracle now before we go pile 2. Really liking these messages that the wood dragon energy is bringing through. They're always great, you know what? And they're not, they are timeless. So you know what? If you've missed the first 7, by all means, go back and watch them, right? It's really wonderful messages and energy coming through from them. So we have Rainbow Dragon. Let me get my other glasses on here because I need to be able to see this. Rainbow Dragon brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Oh, new beginning, right? Have trust. Trust when that time is right, okay? Rediscover wisdom, getting clear. Accept miracles, accept opportunities. Love that. And just look, again, orange, all this orange. I just feel like it's like a sunrise here. And this even gives us a rainbow. I mean, it couldn't be any happier, could it? Sometimes things can really be all about rainbows and sunshine. And I want to say, I don't know what this is here. Is that like, it almost reminds me of some sort of unicorn wing. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's keep going. I'm going to get the next card for you. And this card has a butterfly that you can look up and find out maybe there's a spiritual meaning behind it. Or maybe it would be your spirit animal. I don't know, pile 2. There's also a plant or a flower. But most importantly, in the book, there's a question sometimes too. And I like to read those to you because it's something that may help you as you're moving and navigating your way through this. You may find, patience, are you kidding me right now? We've been talking about that may help you, okay? So it is the White Monte Casino is the butterfly, and it's the yellow pansy for the flower. I love these cards, are so pretty. All right, let me just go to patience and see what it has to say here for you. Question, where can I practice patience? So ask yourself every day. Today, spirit, or like I said, whoever it is you go to for your higher power, how can you help me today to practice patience? I want to learn to practice patience. I want to learn to trust myself so when the time is right. Okay. And then I also just randomly, I'm looking away, but I'm going to look back at the book quickly and see if there's a sentence. Aim for a peaceful composure within yourself. Change is a big deal, and the evolution of the self is a challenging and long journey that will not happen overnight. A flower does not spring up fully formed from the seed, but in the end, the beauty is worth the wait. All right. There we go. And one last oracle for you. Okay, pile 2. These are gorgeous. Love those messages. But look up that maybe the yellow pansy means something to you, or the white Monte Cassino butterfly. And one last card here. Your life lessons will be repeated until they are learnt. Guidance is on the way. Well, you know, you've got Confidence Dragon here to help you again. You have Spirit coming in here to help you. You have Archangel Zadkiel that you can call upon, okay? And they may be sending people to you, or they may be sending you little niggles, we'll call it, little bits of intuition and guidance to help you along this path. And I forgot to say in pile 1, so if you've watched from pile 1, thank you. But you may also want to look up the red jasper crystal and its attributes spiritually, okay, for yourself. And maybe even healing properties if you're into that. Thank you, pile 2. Hello, I just want to say to my new subscribers, thank you for joining. And to my originals, in pile 1, I called you my old, and that was not nice, but I meant it with love. But my original subscribers and the people who come back time after time, thank you for being here too. I will see you in the next pile or in the next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, or this lovely red tiger eye crystal. And I had mentioned at the end, but I'm going to mention it now, you may even want to look up the red mahogany tiger eye, because that could mean something to you or have a message for you, whether it's healing property or just spiritually in general, okay, that you may find helpful if you're into that. So that's something for you. We are going to be talking about an attribute from the wood dragon, because it's year of the dragon, and it's year of the wood dragon 2024, and this month we're talking honesty. And the readings have been crazy, pile 1 and pile 2, so good. So let's get into this for you, pile 3, all right? And we're gonna talk about, starting off, I have the cards are pre-shuffled, all right? We're gonna do live tarot and then live oracle at the end. So, in what area of your life can or should you be more honest or have more honesty? And we have Rose. This is Rose the dragon here. Let's get a tarot with that. Interesting to see how this is going to play out. 3 of Swords. Okay. So pile 3. When I saw this card, because usually there's something on here. It could be anything. It could be courage. It could be confidence. It could be, I don't know. It could have a ton of different words. Right now I'm having a total mind blank. And where do you need to get more honest about that area of your life, okay? But when I saw this, I saw the roses, I saw the thorns as I was turning it over and putting it down, right? And I'm like, but there's a dragon in here because she is Rose, but this reminds me, the tips of her wings remind me of thorns. And I was like, I feel like this has something to do with, okay, it can be many different things because there's lots of you watching, right? So could it be about love, as in relationship love? Okay. Could it be about something that you love or loved? Not necessarily a person. It could be a thing. It could be an activity that you used to do. It could be a job that you had at one time. But what I want to say here, it's something that that caused you heartbreak somewhere along the line. And again, doesn't necessarily have to be about a person, but if you are watching this with, to get a message about love, then maybe this will speak to you in that way again, but doesn't necessarily need to be that. You take this how it resonates for your situation that maybe you're looking for guidance on. But this is something that definitely pierced you, that definitely had you not feeling good, maybe in pain, maybe in crippling pain here. And I feel that the story that you may be telling yourself about this situation, pile 3, may not be truthful or honest about the who, what, where, when, why, or how, okay? I feel like you, maybe to keep yourself from having more pain or to stay in the pain, you've had to tell yourself some little white lies or untruths, not being totally honest with yourself why this happened. Okay, I already said that, the who, what, where, when, why, or how. And I feel like you need to get honest about it, because I feel like these little thorns, okay, these little tips of sword here, whatever we want to call it, that prickly pain, that last little bit that won't leave you, is hanging around because you're not being totally honest about the who, what, where, when, why, or how, okay? In order to move on from this, you need to get honest about it, okay? So if it was a job, so in other words, what part did you play? And we have to do this. Look, I've had to do this. This isn't picking on you, pile 3. Everyone at one time or another is going through something like this, and we all have a role that we've played in it. And sometimes we don't like to face that. Oh, but the other thing I want to say right now, because they also just flipped me and showed me the other person, right? Sometimes you have to get honest about that other person's role in it, And all I am seeing and hearing is, well, they're a good person, but they wouldn't have done it, but that's not being honest either. It's getting honest, whether it's you or them. And the responsibility needs to be honest and truthful. I want to just clap my hands like it needs to be honest and truthful. Okay, I'm going to leave it because I think if this is resonating for you, you know what I'm talking about. Now, what is blocking you from this? Resources. Oh, Ace of Spears. Oh, what I get for, I feel like this may be my sadder pile, and I'm gonna go through this, and I want you to come out on the other end of this reading inspired, okay, is one. Inspired for that new beginning. Inspired to make a new beginning for yourself, inspired to grow away from this, realizing that there could be the potential for new opportunities and growth when this is left behind, when you get honest and truthful about it. But what I feel, because I always call this the twofer card, it gives a solution, but it also tells us what could be blocking you. And I feel right now that maybe you don't feel you have the resources to remove yourself from this situation. In some cases, it could be literally physically moving, okay? In others, you just don't have the energy. It's just you've been kind of, for lack of a better word, okay, but it's just like you've been piled on and beat down for so long that you don't feel you can rise up and move forward, okay? I feel like that's what's blocking you from this. So you're almost telling yourself, pile 3, whatever it is you need to tell yourself, because you don't believe that there's anything good that can come from it, that you could ever have a new beginning or new potential or growth or anything like that, because you just don't feel like you have the resources, whether it be money, energy, emotional energy, physical energy. You just don't feel you have it. But what I want to say is you do, okay? It may not feel like it. Maybe you need to tap into free resource where if you're someone who needs to remove yourself from a bad situation, getting yourself out to a shelter or whatever it may be for help. You go to your church, you go to a church. There may be someone in there that can help you. There's hotlines that can maybe help you if you can get access to something like that. You have friends and family. Not everyone does though, okay? And I understand this. But if it's not getting out of a situation physically, just in general, you know, you can Google. There's stuff you can look up, self-help. There's maybe family members, friends, but there are groups that you can go to. So I feel like that's where this message is going, but you can do this pile 3, okay? And this may resonate in a different way, as in there's just been some thorny things that have caused you discomfort and you feel like you don't have the resources. But again, self-help books, reading articles, whatever it may be, you'll find your way through the block so that you can do this. Now, how can you be more open? But you need to get honest first. How can you be more open to this in your life? Look at this card, freedom. Okay. Freedom is the dragon. I read from the book for freedom, and the 7 of Cups. Well, this is choices. So this is spirit, God, source, universe, or whomever it is for you, pile 3, saying there are choices out there. There are resources, okay? We're going to help bring this to you. But I want to read first, just getting my other glasses on, what freedom has to say about this. Oh, this is going to be a powerful message, I feel, from freedom. Okay. Freedom frequently appears when we have been kidding ourselves about a particular situation or scenario. And you know how I pick my cards, guys. Like, this blows me away, okay? When we've been kidding ourselves about a particular situation or scenario we find ourselves in, you may be feeling overwhelmed with responsibility or trapped by circumstance. Or maybe it's simply a feeling of disquiet and anxiety. Freedom, oh, and she's a girl, she says, open your heart and you will see the inner truth of any situation. Don't be afraid of the truth, for it can be as liberating as it is healing. Change in this single constant in your world, in your world, and you have learned to fear that change. Let it go, for it is your gilded cage. Give yourself wings and come fly with me. You can only be truly free once you release your strong need for control. That could be a message for someone. She continues, be brave, follow your inner guidance. Only you can set yourself free. Let go and trust the process of life in the universe. Take time out, free some time for you to dance, play music, get back to that yoga practice. And this baby message is for someone. Listen to your water, your emotions, right? Your intuition. Catch the wind in your hair. Seek out a place of quiet solitude in nature. Sit quietly and simply be. There's multiple messages in here, but I love this message, okay? And sometimes when I'm doing these readings, pile 3, this may resonate, this part may resonate, what I just read from Freedom, the Dragon may resonate, okay? But she wants you to know there are many choices for you to make, even though it may not feel like you have the resources to do that. Call upon freedom, call upon that energy. They're a spirit guide, just like an angel or an ancestor, okay? Now, is there a current or upcoming situation or event or energy, person even, in your life that's going to call for more honesty from you or challenge honesty in some way? But this is all about getting honest with yourself. Ashtar Sharan and Turbo. Love this. One of the ladies I love to watch, she channels Ashtar, and it's quite fantastic. But look at this as a 40, you guys. This is stability. So this is standing firm and strong. I want to say in your honesty, number 1, it says, friendship requires attention, respect, and harmony. Nurture it. It is very precious. Do not lose touch with your friends. And the moon. Okay. For some of you, this could be about a friendship, all right? For some of you, this could be your resources would be friends. Go to them, okay? And or the situation that's going to be coming up for you that's going to require honesty is going to be in friendship. So it could be something that's been happening behind the scenes that maybe you're not aware of. Maybe they've done something, because with the moon here, I always feel like it's, oh, my sheet fell down too. I just realized that now because I was like, why is this so bright? Because it's so bright, I want to say there's something behind. I think of new moon, dark moon, where there's something behind. Look, it's like they're going to close the doors on that full moon that's out there so the light can't be shone on something. There's going to be something coming up for that, in that for you. I forget how I should be wording this, right? A situation, a person, something shady, I want to say, may be going on with a friend. You find out about it, you're already aware of it, whatever it is, it's going to call for honesty and truth. For some of you, it could even be a situation where a friend is going to ask you to stand up for them in some way or support them in some way, and it's going to challenge your honesty and your truth, okay? Because you want to help your friend, because you're hoping that it will, you know, moving past it, it will put you on a better, it will put them on a better path, but you don't want to tarnish your reputation. Yeah, there's going to be something about this, but here's the thing, they're coming to you with honesty is the best policy. Truthfulness is the best policy. You can still be supportive, but it has to be in honesty and truth. Okay, that's what I feel like the situation is. It's coming up. Or for some of you, it could be about where there's been some dishonesty, some things held behind your back, which makes sense. It could come up into here, right? It could tie into this. This can also be its very own situation where it's going to call for the truth and the honesty to be put forth and dealt with. But because it's talking about the fact that friendship really requires attention, respect, harmony, nurture it, it's precious, I feel like this is something that can be worked through, okay? With this message here, because it says do not lose touch with your friends, I feel like this is something that can be worked through, but it needs to be worked through with honesty and truth. Okay, let's get some tarot now for further clarification, guidance of what's already on the table here, everyone. Pile 3. I feel like for some of you, this is painful still, whatever situation you're in. For some of you, you may be moving through it. It may have just happened, and this is to kind of keep you going, right? The 8 of Pentacles. It may be hard work. It's going to be hard work for some of you. Whenever we're working on ourselves or having to deal in truth and honesty and other people are involved, it can be hard work. They just want to say, don't think that this is necessarily going to be, you know, a walk in the park. I love these. I love the way I work with Spirit because they're honest about it, right? So just be prepared. There may be a little bit of hard work, but it will pay off in the end, okay? The Chariot, something that you possibly may need to be moving on right away, okay? No time like the present to get to work and move and start moving through this. It doesn't mean it's going to happen quickly or resolve quickly, okay? But it is something that I feel they're saying, you know what, you can't, I want to say it's almost with these 2 dragons that are pulling the Chariot here, because this is shadow, this is light, right? You just can't keep going from shadow to light. You need to pick the light and move forward in it and leave this shadowy, dark energy behind. It's time for the new start, and the new start is in the light, releasing all of this bad. But again, it will take some hard work and it will take some time. But whenever I get the Chariot card like that, in a context of a reading like this, it's like no time like the present. The race is on, okay? Old Sawyer Brown song if you were into country music in the 90s. Yeah, the race is on if you know what that is. Leave a comment. That would be cute. Okay. Pile 3, Three of Wands. I love this. Remember here we're talking Ace of Spears or the Ace of Wands, which is that it's a new beginning. There's potential for growth and opportunities out there. And that's what the Three of Wands is going to take you on. Okay. You've made a plan for yourself, all right? You've found the resources here. You've made the plan, and that path is going to lead you far away from where it is that you are right now into something better. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. Let's get into some oracle for you, pile 3. There is a good ending, I want to say. There's a new bright path for you to get on and to go down, to follow. Here we have Emerald Dragon, brings in healing and cosmic abundance. There is healing that needs to happen. That is moving past, right? Being honest and truthful, and then just allowing the wounds, so to speak, to heal. And again, doesn't happen overnight. May take some work. May need professional help to help you. Good fortune is coming, though, with the Emerald Dragon here. I love that. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. So in other words, believe this is possible. You deserve this. Align with your 5th dimensional blueprint. You know, staying in low energy is considered to be a very 3rd dimension, what we live in here on Earth. It's heavy, it's hard, but let's rise above it. Okay, so there's some good advice and guidance. Love that. Let's get another oracle. Now this deck here, always love, because in the book, I go in for usually 1 or 2 questions that may help you as you're going through this pile 3. Okay, to just kind of give you motivation even, or just, you know, switch your mind back to the mindset it needs to be at. We'll call it, switch the dial to the channel that your mind needs to be on. Positivity moving forward. Freedom, right? Clarity. But there's also a butterfly, which may mean something to you, and a plant or a flower. Courage. Okay. Mullein, M-U-L-L-E-I-N, is the plant. And the purple shot copper is the butterfly. So let me go to the book and get the questions for courage. And sometimes a sentence, I usually try to look away and glance back, and wherever my mind goes, I'll read that sentence or two. So courage. How do I show courage every day? So ask God, Source, Universe. Ask Ascendant Master here, Ashtar Sharan, to help you. Ask Emerald Dragon, Freedom Dragon, Rose Dragon. Ask your higher power to come in and help. Ask them to help you in little ways. Show courage every day. How to build up your resources or find the resource. How to get out on the new start. How to move past and have healing from this. Archangel, oh, I just had a total mind blank. When you find the nerve to face a challenge, you will become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every step you take into the unknown is a courageous one, but some will require more gumption than others. Okay, that is the message. I have one more oracle card. Oh, I'm going to Google it, you guys, because this is driving me crazy. Why I would have, and I talk about this archangel all the time, and right in the moment, Raphael Green, right? Healing. Sorry, Archangel Raphael. But there we go, okay? So call on Archangel Raphael to help you with healing, all right? Because he is the protector and the healer. So, you know, many different beings, guides, dragons that you can call on. Here's your last card. Allow the true love of your soul to radiate, and you shall see the natural beauty around you expand. Right? Love yourself as well, with Rose here too. Love yourself. You're trying to build self-esteem, courage, self-love is going to be important through all this to help you move forward through it. So pile 3, I wish you the very best. I want to say hi to my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. And to my original, or as I made the mistake of calling you, my old subscribers, thank you for being here and your support and coming back to watch these videos time after time. I appreciate that so much. So thank you all. Maybe I'll see you in one of the other piles or in another reading, but good luck with this.